Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to season 2 of Business Behind the Scene. This is episode number 176, and we're starting a brand new season where we're going to be speaking a lot more about business owners and entrepreneurship and how to really start to delegate to virtual assistants, to staff members, so that we don't have to do it all. And remember when we wanted to start a business because we wanted to have a beautiful lifestyle, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves working 24/7? We left the 9-to-5 job to work 24/7 in our business. It doesn't work like that, and this will only bring us to burnout. And I'm very passionate about this subject because in 2017 I myself got into a massive health risk and health problem. My adrenal fatigue was next level, and I just could not function anymore, and it was in and out of the hospitals. And I thought, this is what I've created for myself. I've created a business that doesn't survive without my input 24/7, and it was not healthy. So my mission and my passion is to really help all of you to realize that, you know what, you don't have to do it all. No, you don't have to do it all. It's not expected of you. It doesn't have to be perfect. 80% done is better than perfect. At least it's out there. At least it's working. At least it's not done by you. And so I had to go through a big, really mindset release of perfectionism and control freakness and all the things, because I wanted to hold on so much into the business, and it was so difficult. And so I would like to help and inspire other business owners to do it without having to struggle. I've done that with over 400 business owners in my previous academy that I owned, and now I'm doing it in my virtual assistant agency. I help business owners finding training and really delegating to incredible virtual assistants that stay with them long term. So we have created a very massive success with our clients, and we're very happy about all of the creation that we've done. So we decided to restructure this podcast to be able to come to you with a little bit more of knowledge and help and support. And we are going to share some success stories and some interviews that I do with my clients that are going to be very, very important, priceless for the journey that you are on in business. Because let's be honest, nobody tells us this stuff, right? Nobody share with us how they do things and what do they do in the background of the business. You just see people that run a business from the side of the pool, and how do they do that? What is happening? And so I was able to create that, and the reason is because I've got an incredible team of virtual assistants working by my side, and they do all the doings, and I manage and supervise, and the only thing that I have to do that nobody else can do is me speaking and teaching, and I'm the face of the business in that way. But then once I do the video, my girls put it together, my girls cut it out in 1-minute videos, they do all the bits. So in this podcast, I'm going to remind you of what are the things that us as CEO, stepping into the CEO shoes, what are the things that we should be doing, what are the things that I shouldn't be doing, and where we should spread our energy and focus from now on. One of the biggest things that I teach people, and I remind my clients when they come to me, I say, look, imagine that your business is now already making $2 million a year in revenue, and you want to hire a CEO. And when you hire a CEO, you pay them $200,000 a year. You probably don't want the CEO to spend hours in Canva choosing the font of a post, right? You probably don't want the CEO to do really blogs and content and admin and bookkeeping, and right? You wouldn't pay a $200,000 CEO to do things like that. So in that case, you shouldn't be doing it yourself. Anything that you wouldn't pay a high paid CEO, you should not give to yourself to do. You should value yourself, value your time, because the business needs you into a higher position, needs you to make tough decisions, needs you to make you to be at the point of bringing more business in, and eventually also that's something that you need to let go and create and get a BDM on board. But for now, it's something that you really need to master. And so we are super excited about that. We're super excited to come back to you with a second season of this podcast. And so bring it on, virtual assistant world, and understanding how to leverage a virtual assistant, and obviously embracing also the AI that is out there. A lot of people are asking us the question, can AI replace a virtual assistant? Partially they can do a lot of things. Our virtual assistant are trained in AI, but we are not thinking that AI can completely, replace a human being, because it's also that accountability, that companionship, that the celebration, all of the part that it happens with an assistant is just something that is completely priceless. So I wanted to bring a little bit of awareness around when is the right time to hire a virtual assistant, and how can we leverage on a virtual assistant to really be able to grow the business and take the business to a whole new level. And one of the things that we have done with one of our clients, came to us, they've got a really company that is thriving and it's going quite well, but the biggest problem is they are invisible on social media. They're not being seen, they haven't created content that is bringing clients. And so what we're able to do is to create first a marketing strategy. So they hire me as a consultant in the business for 3 months at the beginning to really help them create a marketing strategy. And that's one of the things that we offer as well. And then what we did is, once we created a very strong marketing strategy, we got and taught the virtual assistant that we found them to implement this strategy. And so now they have a little bit of a goal and a mission. One of the biggest mistakes that people do is that they think and they expect that a virtual assistant will come up with a strategy. Virtual assistant is there to assist us in our strategies and implement them for us, but needing guidance, they need procedures, they need literally to be able to follow a script, follow a procedure, follow some sort of guidance for them to be able to reach the goal and the results that you guys want. So for us, expecting that a virtual assistant will be able to do the strategy is quite unfair. So that's why we offer that on the side as a different product. And we go, okay, if you don't have a marketing strategy, if you don't have clarity around your business, then maybe this is a very good option. So we've done that with one of these amazing clients that I was telling you about, and the business literally doubled. And that's not because the VA doubled the business, but the VA took off the task that were slowing them down, so they were able to now go and create more webinars, create more videos, and create more content that now is appealing on social media, so that they attract people into this webinar. And from the webinar, they have more time now to do sales because they have freed up their time. And so because of that, they now hired a second virtual assistant full-time. And this is the other benefit of what they decided, is that they've gone full-time straight away. And instead, what a lot of people try to do is they try to go part-time or try to get a virtual assistant for 10 hours a week. And it just doesn't work. You want a virtual assistant to be fully focused and immersed in your business, rather than having to work 2 hours a day and then having 2 other clients on the side, because they have to provide for the family. So for me, it's quite important that I have always had a virtual assistant full-time, and the few times that I tried to go part-time, it was very hard. It never really worked out until we decided to put them full-time. So this is another thing that I really strongly recommend. There was another client that has got an e-commerce and came to me saying, I've been in business for 9 years and I've always done everything by myself. I don't trust anybody. It's really hard for me to let go. And we found them an incredible virtual assistant, and not even in 2 months, they were able to create different strategies, different procedures, different offers. And for literally the Black Friday that just passed in November, they were able to have the biggest sales day in years. So obviously that was a huge win. And again, why is that? It's because the clients are saying that. It's because having that person that you now are paying. You're not playing business anymore. Now you are a CEO. Now you have a staff member to pay. Now you have this business this hobby has turned into a business. And so everything changes when you have the person that you have next to you. Like even right now, I'm recording this podcast. I've got my beautiful virtual assistant on Zoom, supporting me right here, because if not, what happens is that we get distracted, we get busy, we get an urgent email, and everything is urgent if we don't follow a little bit of a structure. So it's priceless to have that cheerleader and that person that keep you accountable and help you to focus on the things that needs to be done so that the business can move forward. And it's priceless to be able to have that support. And obviously in this podcast as well, what we're going to be talking about, how other people have overcome those, but also what are the common mistakes that people make with the virtual assistants, and what are the ways that we can make our virtual assistant feel special, because that's the other thing that is important. They are people, so we can't just like demand them to work and never bring some fun, some lightness, some personalized touch to the business. They need to feel part of something greater than just 9-to-5 work. So it's quite important that we create a culture that is nothing like you can find anywhere else. So we're very passionate about all of those things, and this is why this podcast is going to be your favorite podcast. So please save it, put your review, and keep listening, because this is just the beginning. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this amazing podcast. Now, if you enjoyed this, you're definitely going to love my Facebook group, where I've got over 11,000 people in it, and they're all business owners successful like you. It's called the Successful Entrepreneur Lounge, and in there I do classes every week, and I get to interview my clients, and I get to teach you all the things that I've done to get my business to 100K plus a month. So I look forward to have you in there. It's called the Successful Entrepreneur Lounge Facebook group in Facebook. I look forward to see you there. Ciao.